my peepers. Welcome to Shalene's Creativity Room. It is Thursday, November 13th. What's going on today? Boy, do I have something to tell you guys, but I'm going to wait and just tell you what I did yesterday and what I'm going to do today because, yeah, you guys, I know my cronies are all going to slap their heads going, girl, yeah, I know, just get ready. You might want to put your drinks down when I tell you. Okay, so yesterday was my post-op. It went really well. I healed well. There was no sign of any infections. She said that I can start putting Vaseline on the glue. I have 2 areas because she took the lymph node out of one. The lymph node showed no sign of cancer, so I guess I'm cancer-free now. I do see the oncologist next Tuesday. She said that he will be running a test to make sure that to make sure I don't need chemo. She says it's just something, it's tests that they do. She says, and if he says yes, it'll be a pill form. I said, okay. And then, of course, she said, then you'll meet your radiologist and you'll start radiology. She says, and I want to see you in 8 months. She says, so when I see you in 8 months, make your mammogram 2 weeks before your appointment. And I said, okay. So, I'll call, and I can get the mammogram done in Batavia. I don't have to get it done where I did this last time. So, that's good. And my appointment with her is in July. It's like July 12th, something like that. So, I will make my appointment for the mammogram the end of June, beginning of July. So, that'll be good. I had really high blood pressure, and I don't know why. She thought maybe because I was nervous, and I said, no, I've been really confident. She kept asking me, how have you been doing through all this? Fine, because I caught it early. So I said, I know it's cancer, but I caught it early, so it hasn't really bothered me. Was I a little concerned? Yes, but it didn't bother me. So she said, good. Yeah, my blood pressure, I said, I don't know why it's high. And I didn't drive, Justin did. So I don't know why it was high. And I left and I looked at Justin. I says, I am on a new blood pressure medicine. I wonder if it's not working. And I got dizzy a couple times last week. And I just thought maybe it was from the anesthesia or the surgery, you know. So I do have a blood pressure cuff here at home. I checked it last night while I was cooking dinner. It was normal. So I don't know why it was high. I have no idea. But I am going to check it every day, and every day will be at a different time. So like when I'm done with this, I'll probably check it. And I'll keep track. Because if the new medicine isn't working, I don't want to be on it. But so far, so good. I'm using this for my Dexcom, and my numbers are higher than they were when I was on Manjaro, but a couple times it was over 200, but it came right down. So, yeah, like now it's 152, but I just ate breakfast, like I finished it, came in here. So I had oatmeal with blueberries and the flax and chia seeds I put in it. So that was my breakfast. So yeah. Yesterday I stitched on Fox in Fall. I'm doing it 2/2 on a 28 count even weave. I put in 1,029 stitches. I am loving this. Yes. I'm not stitching on this today though. So yesterday I also finished the audiobook The Trouble with Whiskey by Melissa Foster. I started and finished the novella Free and Sully by Melissa Foster, which is a prequel, and it was only 30 minutes long. Then I started the next book, For the Love of Whiskey by Melissa Foster. It's good so far. I did watch Doc yesterday. I watched General Hospital yesterday, and on YouTube I watched Addie's Cross and Quilts. She showed how she does the loop method and sewing in hand. I really couldn't see what she was doing because her nails are so long they were in the way. I don't know if it was anybody else or if it was just me, but I had a really hard time seeing what she was doing. I washed all the towels. I cleaned the bathroom. Yeah. Today is Halloween Dragon. This is by Pink Lily Designs. Oh, and the Fox and Fall is from one of the older cross-stitcher magazines from the UK. So this is Halloween Dragon. I am doing this on 28 count Lugana, and I believe this is the top. Yep. So that's what I have done so far. So this is all I'm working on today. Okay, now, you guys, wait till I tell you. Okay, let me find it. I know I have it in here somewheres. You guys are gonna shit. You guys are gonna yell, and no telling what else. I wonder where that is. Huh. Oh. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so you know how I had the plans for next year and the year after? And I was going to stick to these? That went out the door. Okay, so you know that I'm doing Dumbledore next year, which I need to do like 250 stitches a day. And then I joined the HAED stitch lawn. I need to do 250 stitches a day. And then I had all this idea of all these other full coverage. Next year was all full coverage. Well, it is all full coverage, but not from my list. The Cross Stitch Studio is having a mystery stitch-along next year, and it is full coverage. It starts January 1st and ends June 1st of 2027. It's a mystery what it looks like, but it's called Foxy Christmas, and we did get a preview or a little picture, a sneak peek of the fox's face. Yeah, so I'm doing that too next year. And if I worked on that every day, I only need a little over 200 stitches a day. But because Thursdays is going to be the Gnomes, I won't stitch on that piece on Thursdays. So I do have written down the Winery Gnomes on Thursday night. I have to put in 120 stitches. That's not hard on those gnomes. That's pretty easy. So the Dumbledores is 250 stitches. That's the first thing I work on in the day. Then I switch to that pipsqueak, which is that mythical creature with the dragons. It has a different name, but on the HAED, it's called Team Pipsqueak. I'm putting in 250 stitches right after Dumbledore. Then after I put in that, I will put in 250 stitches a day on Foxy Christmas. Now, if I still have time at the end of the day, I don't know which one I will pull out. We'll see how far behind I get on some, because, you know, once winter's done, I try to visit my parents once a week. Yeah. Thursday nights, like I said, is the Winery Gnomes. I do only need to put in 120 a week. I would like to put in 250 instead. So instead of working on Foxy Christmas, I would be working on Winery Gnomes. So I'm thinking I'll double and make it 250 instead of 120. This way, once the Winery Gnomes are done, I can pull out the Harry Potter gnomes. I do have this planned. I know, you guys are going, what the hell? I can hear my cronies now. I can hear you guys. I do, but, you know, yes, I'm crazy. I do know that. I'm crazy. Life is short. And, yes, I do have a lot of whips. If I hadn't have liked any of the patterns from the HAED Stitch-A-Long, I would not have signed up this year. And for next year. And I did not know the Cross Stitch Studio did mystery Stitch-A-Longs. I've never seen their post before. And I guess they do them every year. So I like Fox, so that's why I did that. Am I sorry I signed up for the HAED Stitch-A-Long? Absolutely not, but I am second guessing what one I chose. I kind of wish I had gone with the owl and the robin, but that's okay because I'll have it. Because you know me, I stick to a schedule to get things finished. And not all the time, I know, I can hear you guys, but look at all your whips. I know, you guys. But doing this is probably going to save me money next year, because I am not going to have time to start anything new. I always start a full coverage every month. I am not going to have time for that next year. I will not be working on Snowy every other Saturday night next year. I already told you I'm not doing Mill Hill Monday. I'm also not going to be stitching on the snowman ornament on the 25th of each month. And I won't be stitching on Halloween Dragon on the 13th and the last day of the month. I have 4 projects. That's all I'm working on for the whole year. Dumbledore's Library, HAED Stitch-A-Long, the Foxy Christmas, and the Winery Gnomes. That's it. I know. And so you guys are going, we won't have many finishes. Nope, I won't. I will be able to finish Winery Gnomes next year and the HAED Stitch-A-Long next year. That's it. So I am going to keep my 12 by 12 plans for New Year's Eve with the projects that I planned on stitching on next year, the whips, the full coverages. So at least they'll get a little bit of love. But, yeah. Also, so I'm not going to have much to show as far as stitching on Floss Tube the first of every month. I will only have 4 projects to show. So, my thing is, do I do a floss tube once a month, or would you guys like me to do it every week, once a week, like Monday mornings? Or I could do it Sundays. Because Sundays I don't do videos, but maybe I could do a floss tube. Or do I even need to do floss tubes? I know people like the floss tubes. Not everybody likes the what's going on today. So, yeah. I know. I can hear you guys. I can hear you talking amongst yourselves that I'm crazy, but you also know when I do something like this, stitch-alongs for these full coverages, I stick to them. Yeah. So, I mean, I could do a floss tube every Sunday or Monday. Maybe not do what's going on today and just do floss tube on Monday. I can show you all my progress pictures, and then at the end I can do what I watched for last week, what I listened to as far as books for last week. I can add all that into one video. I'll call it floss tube and miscellaneous. Maybe that's what I can do. So instead of doing a daily video, I'll just do a weekly video. So I really want your guys' opinion, not just click the like. I really, really want your opinions in the comments. Also for Jen, Reading with Pugs, I will keep track of what we ate during the week so I can tell you what was on the menu for that week. And because I know you like to know what we're having for dinner because it gives you ideas. So I'm thinking the floss tube once a week, know what's going on today, and I can have all the information in there. What do you guys think? I think, because if I do a floss tube once a month, I only have 4 projects to show. It's not going to last long. You know, I'll show you, what I stitched on, how many stitches I put in for the month, the percentage I'm at for 4 projects. It's not going to take long. So I either don't do floss tubes at all, which I know you guys don't want me not to do that, or I do it once a week and not do what's going on today. Or I do what's going on today every day and do a floss tube once a week. But I like the idea of 1 video a week. And yeah, but since it'll be floss tube, I will show everything first and then talk about all the books and what I watched on TV and whatever else I did during the week. And like I said, I will keep track of what I ate for dinner for Jen. And I'm sure there's others that like that I do that. I did want to plan on doing a little bit of coloring and diamond painting next year. I got to fit that in too. Is it possible? Yes, especially in these winter months because I don't have a vehicle to go anywhere, so I'm pretty much stuck at home anyways. So, yeah. And I have a feeling Justin will like that pipsqueak. And if he does, that's another Christmas gift to get put away. Because I already have next year's Christmas gift sitting here, which was that game of Gnomes. So I'm already ahead. And Chromatic Dragon's done. This weekend I got to let it soak in the warm water to get all the lines gone. And then I've got to get it to Hobby Lobby. Yeah, and like I said, next year's Christmas gift is already done. The Harry Potter gnomes I want for the following year. And if he likes this pipsqueak, that'll be a gift. Because Dumbledore's is going to take 8 to 9 years. So, I know I threw that paper. I will be picking it up because it probably will get used in the future. But as for next year, I prefer doing these stitch-alongs because it gives me an incentive to finish them. I mean, I could make myself pick 2 other projects without doing the stitch-along and focusing on 2 of the full coverages while doing the Dumbledore's library. I mean, I could have done that, and I might do that in 2027. Foxy Christmas, when I talked to the owner of the group, she said, it's the journey. It's not the destination. She says, she told me how many stitches I could do a day to have it finished by June 1st. She says, but don't kill yourself to finish it. Because I told her, I'm doing the HAED stitch-along and I'm doing the Dumbledore's library, which I think is from Cross Stitch Studio. So she's like, it's the journey. So she said it's possible. You know, if I did 202 or whatever it was, so I'm doing 250. I do have, and I didn't use it this year, but I really want to use it next year. Let's see if I have it. I might have tossed it out because I didn't use it. I do have a stitching tracker from 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. Yeah, I tossed it because I ended up not using it. Anyways, I'm going to keep the tracker for Dumbledore's Library, Pipsqueak, and Foxy Christmas. And I might for the Winery Gnomes as well. And then every day I write in how many stitches I did on that. And then it'll total at the end of the month. So this way I know if I'm ahead of schedule or behind schedule. This year I was using how many stitches I stitched for the full day. And I didn't keep up with that, but I think I can keep up with it next year just because I really need to. So this month and next month is Christmas. So I already told you guys what I wanted to work on for the whole month. I'll probably stick with that. I will start the new start this month and next month's new start. But after that, not next year. I might buy fabric for the stuff I want to start, but I don't even know if I'm going to do that. It might be a buy-in ban next year, except for floss, because I'm set. I have enough fabric for the Winery Gnomes, and I should have enough fabric for the Harry Potter Gnomes. So if I don't, that might be the only thing. I know I have this gingerbread for the Winery Gnomes, but I might only need half. So I might have enough here for the Winery Gnomes and the Harry Potter Gnomes. Because the Winery Gnomes are, I didn't write down how many stitches wide, so I'm not sure, but it might be big enough. Because where are the other gnomes? I know, you guys. It's crazy. I know I'm crazy. I don't have the wine. I don't have the Game of Gnomes here. I must have them. Oh, it's here. So, let's see. Oh, yeah. They should. Yep. I can get, if they're the same size, I can get the Winery Gnomes on half. So on this, and then the Harry Potter Gnomes on that. So I shouldn't have to buy fabric for either one. So those are the new starts next year. Also, I'm getting ready to order the Foxy Christmas fabric. I'm getting the 28 count Monaco, and it's big enough. So and that's $7. So I'm all set. I already got the fabric for Pipsqueak. So yeah, I've just got 4 projects I'm working on. And if somehow I'm getting bored and I need to have a finish, we'll pull out one of the tinies. I can always do that. Because nothing, you know, I don't have to finish Dumbledore. If I need a break, I can take a break. Pipsqueak. If I don't finish it, I don't finish it. You have to finish so many pages and then you get the rest of the charts. When you finish it, then you get a choice from 3 charts. You choose one. So if I don't finish it, it's okay. And Foxy Christmas doesn't have to be done next year. So, you know, if there's once in a while I need a break, or even a, you know, like maybe like say I'm way ahead on Winery Gnomes and on a Thursday night I want a break, I can pull out a tiny and work on that. Plus, don't forget, I deal with insomnia. Now, last night I slept good. I went to bed at 12:30, took the Z-Quil, and I didn't get up till 9 this morning. So I slept really, really. I didn't even wake up at like 5 or 7 to go to the bathroom because I normally would and then take a thyroid pill. I slept really, really good. So, but I don't go to bed till like midnight, 12:30. So, you know, and usually I start stitching around 1 in the afternoon, because by the time I get up, shower, have breakfast, make this video, and I play Animal Crossing, because that I do like to do, and that takes maybe an hour a day, half an hour to an hour. And then I sit down and stitch, you know, and I like to stitch for an hour, and then I clean a little bit, and then I stitch for an hour, and I clean a little bit. So I get my stitching in, and if I'm stitching for almost 12 hours, you know, that's not including cooking dinner, I can do this. I really can. I know I'm crazy. I know. But I can do this. But I really, really want your opinion. Should I do the floss tube once a week and not do what's going on today, but I would have all that information in that video? Or do what's going on today every day and do floss tube once a month, and that would be probably a 10-minute video. It's not going to be very long with only 4 projects. So let me know what you think. I think the once a week is going to be my best bet. Yeah. I did order a gnome project bag. It came in, so I have that for my gnomes. I've got a fox one sitting in my cart on Etsy. There's 2 project bags and 2 tote bags. The tote bags are cheaper. So I'm thinking I'm going with one of the tote bags for my fox, because I also have this fox. So you know, Foxy Christmas can go in there, and when that's finished, whatever, I've got other foxes going. Because I like fox too. I like foxes, owls, dragons, and fairies. So, yeah. That's kind of why, I don't know why I didn't pick the owls. The owl from HAED Stitch Along, because I really liked that. But I like anything with wings, because I did like the dragonflies too. So anyways, yeah. And I did buy another dragon chart yesterday, the day before, on Tuesday. It was a dragon eye from what? What, something like that. And I joined their Facebook group. I don't know when I'm going to start that because I'm not starting new stuff next year. I don't quote me on that. I'm not making a promise. It's just that at this moment, I don't see that happening. But I did need the gnome project bag. Did I need it? No, I wanted it. Do I need a fox one? No, I want one. So, yeah. The pipsqueak one, since it's a mythical creature with the wings, that's going in my dragon project bag. So, yeah, yeah. I'm looking at all the different project bags I have. Some I haven't even used yet. Dumbledore's library is in a big autumn one. I still want to purchase a Harry Potter tote bag for it. And I say tote bag because it's a whole yard of fabric. Because if it's a project bag, it's going to have to be the big ones. I think that's it. Yeah. So, I'm not going to have much to show for a once a month floss tube video. So, I'm thinking every week. I'm thinking that's my best bet. Let me know, you guys. But I will talk to you tomorrow. You all have a great day. Bye.